Hey guys, this has been 10th Planet Bath. I'm here with my partner Liam, and we just want to get into some details on the north-south choke. We've been working on it lately, and I wanted to show you some of the details of it, and how we get a nice clean finish from there. All right guys, so we're in our north-south position. We've kind of got our knees on either side of his head. I want this inside position with my elbows in here to draw him back to his armpits. It's important to note when we control the position, Liam's going to try to get his escapes and stuff by creating space between his torso and my chest. So there's a couple things he can do. He can kind of try to invert and get his knees in between like my chest, like here. He starts to push up, he gets space, and then things start to fall apart for me. So I've got to keep a good chest-to-chest connection here. I like to take my hands and seek up. This makes it control of his hips, so it makes it harder for Liam. Try to bring your knees in. See, I can control his hips here, keep him to the mat, and it prevents him from bringing his knees in. That's one way to do it. Another way is to kind of tripod up. I'll do it on this side so we can hear. Tripod up here and get heavy with my shoulder into his hips. This also makes it hard. But at some point, if we want to start attacking the north-south choke from here, I kind of got to settle down. So if I'm here, my hands kind of replace at the hips here, a C-cup, again, preventing him from bringing his hips up and his knees in. And my elbows are tight here, okay? From here, I'm going to take my left arm and come back in this case. And we're going to go under the head. I like to kind of hike up to my rib cage. I'm not going to get it that high, obviously, but I'm going to try to get it on the side of my rib cage. And then I'm going to start to sprawl back as I punch the arm deep. Okay? I think this is really important. I see people kind of get their hand underneath the neck here, and they can go palm to palm over here. But there's a lot of space, obviously I'm exaggerating, but a lot of space between the elbow pit and the side of his neck. So don't just shoot for getting your hand here where you can get a grip. Shoot as deep as you can until your elbow pit actually bottoms out and stops on his neck. So we're here, just to emphasize that point, we shoot deep all the way in, okay? And now what I want to concentrate on is keeping his head turned away from the technique. Liam's way out is to start to turn in. It might suck, it might hurt, but he's going to get his jaw turned in, he's going to start to create space. So here we are in our position, blocking the hips. I start to go back. I pull his head to the outside of my rib cage, and I'm going to shoot that arm deep till it stops. Okay? From here, I sprawl back. I don't want to be loose and let Liam turn his face in. Now I will have a hard time finishing the choke. So we're here. We turn in, and now watch how my hip replaces that space as we sprawl back. You guys see that? And now from here, I'm going to continue to put pressure this way by circling a little bit to the side clockwise with my hips like this. So we're keeping pressure on his face, turning it away. My arm is deep. And now if John comes around to the other side, you're going to see my hand still controlling his hips, making it hard for him to invert. And I'm going to bring my hand back. And I'm going to go palm to palm. Let's just put your elbow down so we can see here. Okay? So we can go palm to palm here. This isn't as strong. What I want to do is the choking arm is going to be palm down, and the hand we bring back is going to be palm up like this. Okay? This lets us really pinch that elbow in, and we're going to talk about that a little more further in the technique. So we're here. We've punched deep. We've turned his head away. Palm down with the choking arm. From here, next we're going to talk about the shoulder. I want to attack this space of his neck. And if you look at my shoulder, it's too far up on his chest straight now. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push away with my grip. And I could either move Liam or I can move myself. I don't really care which, right? But I need to slide down here onto his neck. My armpit is going to kind of collect under his chin. We're going to like elongate him out. So now everything's exposed. Shoulder up here, pushing down isn't going to hurt him, right? We need to slide down into this space, and now we shear our shoulder like a paper cutter down to the mat. So we saw the position here, you saw the hands. My shoulder is too high when I try to paper cut, so I'm going to push and slide down. We've elongated his neck, now his neck is exposed. From here, I start to paper cutter down to the mat, paper cutter down to the mat, and if I need a little bit more, think of my shoulder like a windshield wiper. If it's up here, I'm going to continue circling, which brings the shoulder further down into the valley of his neck here. So here, slide down. If I need a little bit more, I just circle, 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 turn his head away, and we drive to the mat. I like to bring my head all the way down to the outside. Then we talked about that grip. If I need just a little bit more, I'm able to bring this right elbow in and really torque down. So without Liam, it looks like this. We got our grip, we slide down right here, and now we start to paper cutter down to the mat. If I'm there and I need just a little bit more, I continue circling, circling, and now I can really torque and pull this elbow in to help drive my shoulder down to the mat. I'm going to do it, and then I'm going to show one last little trick. So we're here, hike, shoot deep, sprawl back. Connect our hands, slide down. Now from here, I start the paper cutter down as I turn just a little bit more, circle a little bit more. One last little trick. If we're here, we're doing everything we can. I don't want to go on live toes and raise my hips, but I can use this to get live toes with my hips down and drive parallel to the mat, like so. So everything's in tight. Now watch how I just drive forward a little bit, like this. Here, drive into it. Okay, one more time all the way through, without me talking. Here. And that's our technique. Hope those details help you guys. Try out some of them and see if you guys like it.